There's a look at one of the most iconic sports venues in the lower 1957 under the title of City Stadium. We are at Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Minnesota Vikings and the Green Bay Packers. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity. And that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week. And right now, we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Cousins gives way to Cook. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
And the Vikings first down.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. A toss to Cook. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
From the 38, Cousins. And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. They could not contain Kenny Clark as he gets home for the sack.
Well, that's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a second one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long. 3rd and long for Cousins. Looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon, intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And give him about 3 as he gets it down to the 22-yard line.
They tried a quick hitter inside. But that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Let's go. 6, 7.
Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That'll wind up going. For a loss of 4, and they'll be facing a 3rd and 12.
Back north. Watch twins. Watch twins.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. He's got his man, Valdez-Scantling. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Check the backer, check the backer. Yeah, Liz. Here we go. Check. Fresno.
Now Jones. And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll try the left side. It's Reynolds. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
I saw Von Miller in college at Texas A&M, and all I kept hearing about was his speed off the edge to the quarterback. But what impressed me, his balance and his ability to take on blocks and be a force in the run game, as we just saw there.
So backed up to the 6 now. 3rd and goal.
Here we go. Let's bring it. Let's go. Let's bring it. Let's bring it.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Now look out. Rodgers lost the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. A bad 3rd down mistake there.
Points were already on the board in their mind. And that's the worst part about it, right? Because it's just like in golf. Never count it in the cup until it rolls in there. Otherwise, you can really get messed up with your scores. In this case, you know they thought, hey, at least 3, maybe even a chance to get 6. It's a little bit demoralizing going out the...
And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. Zadarius Smith coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need some yards to go on 2nd down. Cook. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Let's go, defense. And here we go.
We're scoreless after one. The Vikings with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a third down and long coming up. Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on third down. Give to Cook out of the gun. And he's going to get this up to the 24-yard line. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
That's how you get right up off of the mat, because on the last play, they stoned him in the backfield and dropped him for a loss. But he's the type of guy that scared me a little bit because he's not daunted. Just got right back up, showed some confidence, and picked up a first down with his very next run.
Cousins on first down. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down.
Out routes are always timing routes. And if the timing's off just a little bit, it can really throw off a play. It looked like he led him a little too much there.
Yeah, there was a fraction of a second because he caught it, just couldn't stay in bounds. They run, Cook. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming.
I think there's one element that just keeps increasing on defense in the NFL, and that's speed. They want it at every position, and we just saw there some linebackers that can go sideline to sideline, run past that trash, go past people, and make tackles near the sidelines.
And not only near the sideline, but also in the backfield there for the loss. It's a gain of just 3, and the offense likely going to yield to the punting unit here on fourth down. On fourth down, here's Lachlan Edwards to punt it. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. That's taken it around the 40. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And so close to hitting pay dirt last time, fumbling down near the goal line. Now, how does that affect their psyche this time around?
It's a tester, that's for sure, because to be that close and come away with no points is really disappointing, not just for the guys on offense, but the defensive players, too, who thought, hey, we're going to put some points up and have a little momentum going. They've got to find a way to just get it out of their minds, let it go,
short-term memory,
and move on to the next series.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a second and 10.
Check. Teammate. Check 99. Check 99. Alert flare. Share. Hey, watch this.
Here's Jones. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. Pretty good running there, 9 yards. Sets up a 3rd and 1.
Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together. Check.
On 3rd down, Reynolds. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
I wonder if they just kind of outguessed themselves a little bit trying to run it on 3rd down. Probably should have gone to the air to try and pick it up. Instead, the punting unit will have to run on the field.
The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2.
You don't want none, baby. You don't want none. Hey, you don't want 630. You don't want it. 54 is Mike. 54 is Mike.
They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. It's caught. Jones. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 14 yards, good for a Packer first down.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with a football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually
touchdown, Packers! Equanimous St. Brown. His first touchdown of the new season as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. If I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go. Look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Extra point up and good by Tavecchio. And that makes the score 7-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? Turnover, you just noted it.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn into first downs and hopefully points.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 24-yard line.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
It's interesting going into this game. There was so much talk from both sides about who would control the line of scrimmage. I think we've seen who has it in this one so far.
Well, they've bottled him up. He's barely averaging over 3 yards a carry right now. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first.
First down, Minnesota.
2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in his second week of the regular season. Pretty solid run here on first down. Almost picked up another first, but he appears to be a few inches short. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on second down. To throw is Cousins. And this one complete to Smith. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. That one a first down pickup of 8.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
A first down throw for Cousins. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 23 yards, the final tally.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. On the carry, it's Cook. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7.
Gun.
On the ground, it's Cook. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Now Kaimi Fairbairn for the field goal try. From the right hash, it's a 35-yard attempt. The kick by Fairbairn is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down. And it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 12 yards there and a first down. So we've reached intermission here in a low-scoring game. 7-3 is our score. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the third quarter. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. Give them 18 on that play, and Green Bay has the first as well. One play has them up past the 4-10. And they try to sweep to Jones. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end.
Take 30. Don't be scared of it. Joker. Watch the edge.
Again, it's Jones. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. All told, it's an even 30 and a first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. And he finds his tight end, Graham. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. Rodgers with a keeper, and he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. Aaron Rodgers, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. The lefty Tavecchio now to add the extra point. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game.
Next to score, Packers 14, Vikings 3.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Here's Cousins. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. And he's able to find Diggs. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Call it no gain there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 13. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, here's Cousins. He'll find Thielen work in the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
He used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Oh, yeah. Here we go again. Here we go again.
Done.
Banjo. Go, Mike 50. Mike 50. I'm coming. I'm coming.
On 2nd and 7, Cousins. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a beat on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action, and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. On 2nd and 12, Rodgers. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Mike Hughes. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line.
This interception will go on the record of the quarterback, but as a receiver, you've got to understand where you are in the field. Middle portion, you know it's going to come in hot. Square your body to the quarterback and be ready to make the catch.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. Dean Lowry. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13. Now that after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. Give him 5 yards on the run there, but it'll leave him with a definite 3rd and long on the horizon. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Off the play fake, Cousins. He gets this one into the hands of Dalvin Cook. And they're going to get him down well short of the 1st as he can only get this to the 30.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And a 2nd field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3 and out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They have the lead, obviously, late in them, as if for some reason they would make a mistake. A field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. 31 yards there and a 1st down.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
At the 42-yard line.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Watch tight. Tight ends right. Watch tight. Tight ends right. 4 down. 4 down. Check. Check. Switch. 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 Go to 50. Hey, you block over here.
Now a give right side. It's Reynolds. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
Partner, so much for situational football because that's the absolute last thing you want to do when you're protecting a lead in the 4th quarter. Not only do you lose yardage, but you find a way to go out of bounds and stop the clock.
The Packers on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7.
52's the mic right here over there, right? 52's the mic. I'm coming.
Now Rodgers. He's got a man. It's his fullback. And he's going to get the first down as he covers up after a pretty good shot there. Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the 3rd down conversion.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Rodgers now 5 straight completions here in this 2nd half. 1st and 10. They'll try the left side. Reynolds. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Shit, shit, shit.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Rodgers. It's caught here by Adams. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. That one good for a 1st down pickup of 18 yards. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it, and they got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for 2nd down. If they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
It's a pickup of 5. Brings up 2nd down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Hey, turn it up, turn it up. Check, 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 check. 26. Tight dog, tight dog, tight dog. Hey, check 24, check 24.
The first carry now for the BYU man. It's Jamal Williams. And he'll take this down for about 4 yards, down to the 15. Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Kill, kill, kill. Kill, kill.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. And Jones is not going to have the first down as they stop him short. We've got a 1-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. A big one there. That gives them a little cushion and makes it a 2-score game.
Yeah, bled a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
That's it, baby. We're going to work.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
We're looking for the big...
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Adrian Amos with a pick. And into the end zone. It's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Now a play fake here on first down. And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. Dean Lowry able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Cook on the toss left. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuck that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 14 yards, but they're still well shy of a first as that leads to 4th down.
But it brings up 4th down.
So it's all over. A Green Bay victory, and it was their defense that led the way, allowing just 3 points, that lone field goal in the entire second half.
And remember the old adage, offense sells tickets. Defense does what?
Wins championships.
And in this game, maybe a championship wasn't won, but a game was by the defense, right? Held them to just a field goal. That's a heck of a job. I mean, when they went out there with that determination and a pretty good game plan, pretty good idea of what they wanted to accomplish, just love the execution, love the tenacity, love the way they finished.
So for Green Bay, it's a win here in their home opener as they move to 2-0. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, they'll fall to 1-1. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.
Y'all already know what time it is, playing skills, you did. Playing skills. Ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, hole in the wrist, watch out flip, watch out whip, I'm in the whip, hole in the wrist, I never switch, ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, hole in the wrist, watch out flip, watch out whip, I'm in the whip, hole in the wrist, I never switch, ice in the wrist, I get the money but I never switch. They saying you switch, you won't get it. You know they came from the bottom and now we is lit. You was lit, I gotta get it, I gotta get it. You hating cause I on the wrist. My bitch, you wanna be famous, They Ella they made us, You know I'm icy in Vegas, This for the that hate us, I make a lot of new money, When it's not savers, You be liking my flavor, I think it's cause ice on the wrist, on the wrist.